pageant prep feels extremely overwhelming, totally disorganized, or like you're always behind, you're not broken, you're just missing a very simple and easy scheduling shift that'll make everything click. So let's talk about the real reasons why your pageant prep feels hard. Number one, you spend more time wondering what to work on than actually working on it. And this isn't because you're lazy. You're most likely just lost in decision fatigue. And boy, have I been there before. Number two, you are prepping from a place of stress and pressure, not fun and a plan. Now, this might sound like, oh my gosh, well, how am I supposed to have fun when I'm, working super, super hard towards something? And this is a really common misnomer that honestly, I even bought the lie of a little bit when I was deep into my pageant prep for Miss USA. And I also think this is the biggest reason why I won both of my state titles on my first try, even in huge organizations like the Miss America and Miss USA organizations, because through my naivety almost and the playfulness of not being in the game for 10, 15, 20 years and making this like my whole entire life's and identity's justification, I was able to prep from this place of planning and having the structure and putting my head down and working really hard, the same structures that I've taught hundreds and hundreds of my clients to win their pageants with. But I also was still able to remain in this place of fun, which didn't put so much pressure on myself that I actually imploded and beat myself. So if you're prepping from a place of pressure and not a plan, it's never going to feel like enough, and burnout is right around the corner. In fact, what's really odd about putting way too much pressure on yourself, and I know this because I cook in a pressure cooker all the time because I have a 10-month-old baby at the time of this recording, and everything needs to be fast for cooking at home or doing anything at home because I only have a baby with one arm and doing whatever I'm doing on the other side. And what happens is it's amazing how in a thing, in a pressured environment, you certainly can get a result really, really quickly. But Lord knows when that thing is ready, that top is popping off and the air goes, psss, right? And isn't that how it feels sometimes when we finally get done with our pageant? Maybe you get the result that you want, maybe you don't get the result that you want, but you realize that you've been having this internalized pressure and this stress that's why most people get sick after they compete. That's why most people have an identity crisis, or they gain 30 pounds after they compete. And I've seen it time and time again over the last 10 years. So I don't want that to be you. You don't have to prep from a place of burnout. Pageant prep should be fun because it's really not that serious. And we're going to talk about that. And then number three, you really just haven't accurately counted how much time you really have. So everybody has 168 hours in the week. We have 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, do the math. And we have to properly back into and reverse engineer our goals. So I'm going to teach you how to do that today. And your calendar is full of some things that are question marks, some things that are static, and then just everything feels urgent and important. And so these three together create a really nasty loop of guilt, scattered effort, and also lost momentum. Write that down. I'm going to say that again. Guilt, scattered effort, and lost momentum. And what I have seen with, again, the thousands of clients that I've coached and hundreds of clients that have won over the last couple of years, the last 10 years, is that they get in this paradox, this cycle of like really, really, really excited and then really burnt out, and really, really, really excited and really burnt out. So I'm calling you to make a shift today, okay? And it's funny, this mentor I was actually on the phone with last week, I don't normally have people on the podcast, but she had sent in her electronic press kit and wanted to be on our podcast. So I ended up putting her on our other podcast, Kingdom Culture, because she was an amazing fit. She's helped grow billion-dollar businesses, all these different things. She's like where my husband and I want to be as a couple, she and her husband, in like 20 years. And anyways, she said something really funny. She was like, either shift happens or shift without the F happens. Can I get an amen, right? And so I was like, let's have shift happen so that the other thing doesn't happen. Okay. So what is the shift? Well, what if prep didn't have to feel like this? I want you to let your mind go there. Take a breath and just think about that for a second. Like, what if prep didn't have to feel so hard? What if I didn't hate July every year because I get done with my pageant, I get done competing, or let's say it's like November and we're getting done with local season or whatever. And you're just like absolutely mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, relationally, completely exhausted. You've been burning the candle at both ends. What if it didn't have to feel that way? And what if instead of running on stress, you prepped from a place of peace, fun, strategy? where it was easy, effective, and effortless. And all three of those things are really important because if something is hard, can I just be real with you? Like, we're not going to do it. Okay. Humans are wired subconsciously to run away from pain. It's like caveman, right? There is a cave woman inside of all of you. And we are absolutely wired to run away from the things that are stressful, fight, flight, freeze. And so when we prep from a place of strategy and an effortlessness, then we're way more likely to actually accomplish the difficult thing, especially if it's fun. Okay. So with one scheduling shift that I'm going to teach you guys today, you can see what actually fits into your life. You can prep from peace and not panic, and you can actually enjoy getting ready again. And not to mention the added benefit of if you want to apply this to other areas of your life that are not pageantry, wouldn't it be cool if you could do that as well? Okay. So here's kind of the plan, and I'm going to get us on the whiteboard. This is the first time I'm doing this with an iPad. I stole my husband's iPad for this. So let's see if this works. Yay! This is fun. Great. So I'm going to draw with my little pen here. This is going to be super fun and easy. So when you're planning your time, we have 168 hours in the week. We all do, okay? You can't invent time. I know you're Superwoman, but you can't invent time, okay? God is the only one who's outside of time. So we got to learn how to work with this rather than against this. What a lot of people don't do is step one, you have to list your non-negotiables. Why do we do this? Because otherwise, what ends up happening, you guys, is, again, that guilt cycle. This guilt cycle starts to come in because we ask ourselves, why can't I get this done? And then we start to ask ourselves, why am I such a terrible person? Why is this happening? Why? And we start to spiral. This is not healthy. This is not good. But it's actually because you did not accurately, number two, count the cost. What does counting the cost look like? Counting the cost is literally time, talent, and treasure, okay? So the cost of winning or doing something big, time, talent, treasure, okay? So what does this mean? It means there's an investment component to doing hard things, or else literally everybody would do them, okay? So you have to invest your time, you have to invest your talent, and you have to invest your resources. This is resources over here. When we accurately count the cost, and then we actually count our non-negotiables and we work from the end. And if you're interested in this, I have a free worksheet that I've created that you guys can click the link below, or you can comment the word schedule, and we will go ahead and our team will send that to you for free. I also have a really exciting thing to show you all the way at the end. We call it a power up. And this is a custom GPT that I made that will literally do all of this work for you. We are all about fast, fun, and easy at Powerhouse Pageantry. In fact, if I can just kind of drop a bomb for you guys. So today at the time of this recording is we're in June here. And as of yesterday, it was the 10-year anniversary of Powerhouse Pageantry. And what did I do to celebrate the 10-year anniversary? I blew up a $500,000 coaching business and decided to completely change my strategy. And that is a bomb, right? $500,000. Why did I do that? Because I believe that there is a better way to coach people in pageants. And I believe that there is a way that you can align with the resources that you have, the time that you have. And I wanted to be able to make the best coaching in the world available to thousands of people rather than hundreds of people. I coach about 100 people a year individually, but now that I am a wife and a mother and planning on having oodles and oodles of children, I had this paradox where I had to have an identity crisis in a good way, as you should, because number 3 is the right identity for the mission at hand. Okay, so I shut down my coaching business because I wanted for you to win. Here's another cute little triangle. And because it takes time, talent, and resources. So let's just do this again. Time, treasure, talent. So I went ahead and I created something that in terms of time was fast in terms of treasure was available. In terms of talent, felt effortless and easy and fun. Okay, I am on a mission to help people win their pageants fast, effortless, while having fun. And I am on a mission to help you fund your pageant. That'll be in a different video. I want you all to come out of pocket $0, for my coaching. And obviously you'll have to pay for it in the beginning, but then I'll teach you strategies to fund your pageant as well as have fun as you navigate this season of your life. Because guess what? Here's the other thing you guys need to know. Number 4, it's not that serious. You're going to hear me say this a million times. So this is like kind of getting off topic a little bit, but here's like you and your future. Okay. So down here is time, and here's like the results that you're getting. This is where you are right now. Okay. I really hope you guys can see this or I'm going to be sad. Okay. So on this journey, you guys are imagining winning your pageant. Let's draw. Oh, this is going to be, that's actually a pretty cute crown. Okay. So this is like you on the journey to winning your pageant, and this little crown. This is cute. This is great. And you're thinking that like this end destination is here. And this is why so many people have a mental breakdown right after they win. Okay. At Powerhouse, we teach you to do the exact opposite. What does this look like? I want you to envision winning your pageant. Crowny poo, win your pageant here. This is what I call becoming the Proverbs 31 woman. You have so much more life along this line of what you're going to do after pageants. Okay. Now, slightly before this, I want to teach you how to fund your pageant. And today we're working on a mini step that's right here, which is how to schedule your success. Because if you're overwhelmed, you're going to get into inaction. Okay. Just point blank period. If you are overwhelmed, you're not going to do anything. But you guys have been condemning yourselves like, oh, I'm lazy, or I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, you're really not. You just don't have a clear strategy for success. Okay. So let's recap for what we've talked about today. So you have to identify your non-negotiable time buckets. The last part of this is that we encourage all of our clients to sprint in 6-week sprints. So realistically, you can prep for your pageant, and I'm kind of eating my words here, but in a good way because I can laugh at myself. So when we coached extremely high ticket, okay, so we've had a $6,000 coaching offer for 6 years, and it's amazing, and it's produced hundreds upon hundreds of winners, and I'm really proud of it, and I believe that we've given people the best coaching in the industry. I really do, okay? But again, I wanted to make this more accessible, and as a mom, I don't have time to coach as many people as I want to anymore, and my dream is to affect millions of women and help them win pageants and fund their pageants while never even having to talk to them. I want my coaching to be that fun, that effective, that easy to implement. And then we have options for if you want group coaching or you want some one-on-ones with other coaching, you can totally upgrade and do that. But everything is sub $1,000 to work with us, which in the pageant world, you guys know, is like ridiculously cheap for the best coaching ever. Okay, let's get back to the timeline portion of this, okay? So 12 weeks or less, that is 2 sprints. So think of it as like the first half of summer, the last half of summer. And about every 45 days, our strategy is going to change. So what you're going to do is you're going to plug back into our Power Up, our GPT. You're going to type in your non-negotiables. You're going to type in, here's what's going on in my life. That looks like things I'll help you plan for, like, I want to read my Bible for an hour a day. I want to see my family on the weekends. I want 1 day of self-care. I want to go to the gym for an hour a day. I have work. I have to study. I have to do all these things. Then you can actually figure out realistically how much time you have for pageant prep, and you can accurately match what your goals are to what your expectations are. And that's where so many people get really discouraged. They get really, really discouraged because it's a mismatch at the end of the day. And so they have these massive expectations of, I'm going to win my pageant. They have no idea how to count the costs, like we talked about. They expect that they're going to, like, if they don't know anything and they're like, oh, 4 weeks is fine. I'm like, no, you didn't accurately count the cost. There is a lot to do in pageantry, but we have another diagram that I'll show you in a different video. And if you've gone through our Crown Ready program, It's called Crown Ready Pageants Made Simple. It's our brand new program. I'm so excited about it. It's the A to Z of everything that you need to learn in pageantry. So we'll teach you here how to win. Let me just scoot this over, make sure you guys can see. So you'll basically choose a sprint every 6 weeks. It's super fun. We'll hold you accountable. If you want to join our group coaching program, you can work with our coaches. You can meet other sisters who are on their sprint. You can talk together. You're in community together. You can upgrade for one-on-ones if you guys want to just help really work through these strategies for you. But basically, there are 3 reasons why people don't win a pageant. And it is the wrong beliefs, it's inconsistent communication. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And it's weird behavior. So my arm is weird. I'm weird on stage. I'm acting weird towards this girl. I'm acting weird on social media. And then we have the 3 fixes for this, which is the winner's mindset, really the winner's identity. Inconsistent communication. What's the opposite of that? Consistent, powerful communication. Oh, sorry, let me make sure you guys can see this. Let me zoom out a little bit. How do I zoom out? This is my first day. Maybe 50%? Cool. And then weird behavior. This is aligned, authentic, congruent actions or behavior. Okay? So if you're imagining like a person who's winning, who's leading, who's just rocking it, then we have these 3 outcomes. And let me see if I can get this right. So this is, one second, let me look at my little model over here. Okay, so this is message and identity. I always put these in the wrong spot. So message and identity, cool. So this is meaning, actions and identity. This is confidence, and this is impact, which is really the 3 things that all pageant women want. Is they want to find meaning in what they're doing, they want confidence, and they want a large impact. That's why I want to help you guys fund your pageant careers as well, which you guys can go to a different video. It's coming out really, really soon. I'll probably talk about that next week of how I can help you do that through what's called passive income. But anyways, I'm going to stop there for this week. Hopefully this super duper inspired you guys. I really enjoyed teaching you guys in this way. I want to continue to teach you tactically like this every single week. Make sure that you click below or type in the word schedule for us to give you the Power Pageant Scheduler, the GPT Power Up that will help you plan your 6-week sprints, put in your non-negotiable time buckets, and help you map your action to your actual energy, what's going on in your life, do you have trips coming up, and plan for all the things that you actually want to see in the fruitfulness of your life, which is super fun, and exciting. And so get the GPT below, get the worksheet. You guys can click below to do that, or again, type in the word schedule. And if you're prepping for a pageant, use all this information. And if you're ready to go all in and you know that you want to win your pageant in 12 weeks or less, you guys can also click the link below to join Crown Ready Pageants Made Simple, our brand new course that will take you A to Z and teach you exactly how to win your next pageant, having fun in a super simple way that is not stressful, and that will not only help you win your pageant, but also help you on the journey towards becoming the wonderful Proverbs 31 woman that God has created you to be. So that's it this week, you guys, and I'll see you next week.